For the next couple weeks, you are going to be working on the final part of your last project in this class, and we will be completing the Learning Log app by going through Chapter 20. So you'll be reading the book and working through the lecture demo. And first, we are going to start with Bootstrap. And then we will get into how to deploy your app to Heroku. One little correction in the book on page 448 that you should be aware of. The install that you need has changed. So this is the new command. And if you're following the hands-on sections, that new command is in the hands-on as well. So we kind of go through some Bootstrap basics. We are using Bootstrap 4, and some of you may be familiar with it, which is great. If you're not familiar with it, there are some basics here that will kind of give you an overview of how to apply it to style your app. And just so you can kind of see, this is what a deployed app looks like. I have Scooby-Doo, my fake person here, but you can see we can add entries, we can edit them, it's been styled. I could actually log out, log in, actually as my super user here. And you can see there's more entries. So the admin panel works here as well. So you will have something like this when you are done. So the hands-on kind of begin with installing Django Bootstrap and getting your environment ready. And then we go through some basics in Bootstrap. And then you can actually start using Bootstrap. So we will be styling all the pages. And then once you're done with that, are the different commands for pushing the entire project to GitHub and then pushing it on to Heroku from there. And there's pretty detailed instructions. I've gone through this a couple different times. So the deployment does work. But you are going to have to create a free account on Heroku. And then you will also need to download and install the Heroku command line interface. And it's that installation that had that command that we had to change. So you'll be using the new command instead of the one that's in the book. But the book does do a really good job of walking you through this. I also kind of walk you through showing you lots of graphics. There's also videos that walk you through the process. So hopefully this will go smoothly for you. If you run into problems, I did include a little section here on, so let's say you pushed everything up to Heroku and you notice a problem on a page and you need to fix it, what do you do? Okay, so this is just kind of a summary of the commands that you would need to execute to get your fixed page pushed up to Heroku. And this is kind of a sample run. And then we will be creating a super user account. We will also be changing the URL because Heroku is going to assign you a URL that is probably not the URL that you're going to want to use. So you'll learn how to rename that, and you'll also learn how to secure the project and do some custom error pages. So once you finish with this, you no longer need to turn in the screenshots. You can actually give me a link to your running app. And then when you deploy this, although you are using GitHub, the files are not going to be in a repository that I can access. There really is no need for you to put them into a repository. So if you want to just zip your project folder and turn that in, that's really all I need to see, so that I can take a look if there's any problems. For the term project, at this point, you can complete everything. And last week, we were talking about, setting up the environment, getting your models set up, getting your pages. Now you can add all that styling in, because all of your pages should be styled. And you're going to be able to deploy the app. After the app is deployed, you will then be able to finish your showcase and do a little video on that and post a link to your live app and upload the video to the discussion. So the Dropbox is basically for your web project. You're going to need to zip that file and upload it here. If you wanted to put it on GitHub, that's fine too. You certainly can give me a link to the repository, but I do need to have access to your code. Because you will be posting a link to your site along with your video demonstration, you're going to be doing that in the discussion. I don't really need the link to the site here because I'll be able to get it from your discussion. Okay, so make sure you put the link to your live site in the discussion forum along with the video. A couple resources I've got here on Bootstrap 4 and how to upload images if you would like images. And that's really about all we have for the rest of the semester. So if you run into trouble, reach out for help. I am fairly familiar with this process because I've gone through it several times and I just walked through it again. So I should be able to help you. Although I will tell you that most of the time, the problems are typos. And if you look through the error messages, you can usually figure out where the problem is. So if you're having trouble with that, feel free to reach out. I'm happy to help you, and have a great couple weeks here at the end.